How am I supposed to answer this? Hey guys, my name is Noah and welcome to my YouTube channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a Q&A. So I asked you guys on Instagram to ask me some questions and I'm going to be going through them and answering some of them. I tried to choose the ones that were asked most often or the ones I found really interesting. So if your question isn't in there, I'm really sorry, but I'll try and do more Q&As in the future so you'll have another chance. So let's get started.
Let's get it started. Let's get it started. Yeah. Let's get it started.
Where are you from? I currently live in San Francisco, California, in the United States, but I am from Paris in France, and that's where my family lives. I'm just here for school. What's your ethnicity? I get this question quite often on Instagram. So basically, I was born and raised in France, so I'm French. But my parents are from North Africa, my mom's from Algeria, and my dad from Tunisia. So I would say I'm mixed, North African and European. What's your favorite food? So I would definitely have to say my mom's food because she cooks really well, and especially when I'm away in college and I don't get to eat her food, I really miss it. So I would definitely say that. But if I had to choose something more general, I would probably say Chinese food. I love Chinese food. Do you have any brothers or sisters? I do. I have an older brother. His name is Jules. He is 21 and this is what he looks like. I'm really close to my brother and I love spending time with him, so it's definitely hard when I have to be away for school, but I'm always happy when I go back home because I get to hang out with him. Favorite place you've ever visited? I would probably say Hawaii. I've been to Hawaii only once. I was 14 at the time. I went there to learn English, so I had classes every morning, but I definitely had a lot of free time to just go around and discover the island, and I feel like I just fell in love with the landscapes and the pace of life over there, and it's definitely a place I would love to go back to. Probably my favorite. How many languages can you speak? #cute. Thank you. So I can speak 3 languages, English and then French is my mother tongue, and I learned Spanish in high school. Okay, let's see. Bonjour, je m'appelle Noah, j'ai 19 ans et je vis aux États-Unis. And Spanish. Hola, me llamo Noah, tengo 19 años y vivo en los Estados Unidos. What camera do you use to take your pictures or filters or any apps? For most of my pictures on Instagram, I just use my iPhone. It's an iPhone 7 Plus, so the quality is definitely really good. That's what I use for selfies and most of my landscape pictures, but I film my videos and take most of my close-ups with a Canon 7D. I got this camera when I was 13 or 14 when I started getting really into photography, and it's really good. What's your favorite fruit? Watermelon. I love watermelon. It just makes me think of summer and hot weather and happiness, and yeah. What exactly are you studying? So my major is still undecided right now, but I am interested in business, econ, and media. So I'll have to find something that puts all of these together, I guess. What made you want to study in the US? Also, I remember you, we met last week, right? So I get this question quite often too, mostly from people from the US and not from Europe, because in Europe, it's kind of like the myth of American universities and everyone wants to go study in the US, whether it be for high school or college, but people in the US don't really understand because school in Europe is way cheaper than in the US, and they also want to go abroad. Just like me. I would say the main reason that made me want to study in the US is that in Europe, or at least in France, you have to choose what you want to do right after high school. So right after senior year, you would have to go to business school or med school or law school. And I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do at this time of my life, so I figured that I could use some more time to explore my options and just take classes and fields that I didn't know about or wanted to learn more about. I also really wanted to improve my English because it wasn't really fluent at the time. And I also wanted to just study abroad and meet new people. If you're bald, what hair color did it put on your driver's license? Favorite dog breed? I would say Pomeranian. If I had to take a dog right now, it would probably be a Pomeranian. I have 2 Yorkshires at home and they're really small, and I just love small dogs. Big dogs need more space and I don't have that space. But I also want to like cuddle and sleep in the same bed as my dog, and it's easier with a small dog. I have to say, I have cried seeing a baby Pomeranian in the street before. What is your ideal job? This is a really hard one. I wouldn't say I have a defined job or a position in mind that I would really like to do for my entire life. I think I just like to move around and try different jobs. I don't see myself doing the same thing over and over again. I like business, but also like creating stuff. I like photography, videography, I like design. I also like marketing and management. So far, I've really been liking blogging. If I could do that full time and make a living out of it, it would be awesome. But I don't think I have any other idea of an ideal job. What are the 3 things you value the most right now? The people around me, so like my family and just the people I'm close to. School and my future. I think school is really important. I genuinely like what I'm doing in school and love learning new stuff, so I'm just really grateful for the opportunity, so I just put my all in it and focus a lot. And then I would just say creating. I realized that the more I create, the less sad I feel, and when I stop writing or taking pictures, videos, or anything creative, I feel kind of sad and empty, so I try and do that a lot lately. Favorite music artist? Male music artist is definitely Justin Bieber, and female would probably be Kalani. If you could be a duck or an owl, which would you be? Probably owl, because they live during the night and no one's really bothering them. And also because I want to fly. Wait, can ducks fly? Let me Google it. Oh yeah, they do fly, and they do the little like V formation in the sky. You know? If you could be in the place that you want, when you want, which one would it be? So if I could be in a place right now, anywhere in the world, it would probably be in Asia, because I've never been in Asia. Probably India or Thailand. Love Thai food. Favorite place to shop for clothing. So there's 2 kinds of places I go to when I shop for clothing. The first one is like where I get most of my stuff. I usually go to Zara, Forever 21, H&M, Urban Outfitters, and then online on ASOS. And the second one is when I have to get important stuff like a jacket or a bag or something that will last longer. I'll probably go to like shops or designers that are in pairs. How do you stay positive and not let negative comments get to you? I feel like I'm kind of lucky because I don't get that many negative comments on my Instagram or anywhere. But when I do get some, my only reactions are either to ignore it and just not acknowledge it, or if it's something really funny, I'll answer and joke around or be really nice to the person so that they wonder why they were hating in the first place. I know everyone says you should ignore hate, and I feel like it's really the best solution. By ignoring it, you just don't pay attention to it that much. If you could have a superpower, what would you choose? I would probably be able to teleport. I don't dislike the airport. I feel like whenever I'm at the airport, it's a good sign because I'm either going on a trip or just going home or back to school, so I'm kind of always happy that I'm traveling. But flights are so expensive and they take quite a long time, so being able to teleport would just save me a lot of money, and I'd just be able to go and see my family whenever I want and come back to school the same day, and that would just... that'd be awesome. Are you gonna do a room tour video? So I am definitely planning on doing an apartment tour because I live in a studio apartment, so my room is kind of in the same room as the other rooms of the apartment, if that makes sense. So I'll just wait until I'm settled down and finished decorating, and I'll definitely film one. What inspires you? So in the broad sense, I feel like what inspires me the most is listening to other people's experience. Whatever you're going through right now, someone will have experienced it, so listening to their advice can only be helpful. I also really love to listen to people talking about what they're passionate about, and I just draw a lot of my inspiration for anything that I do and what other people tell me. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be? If I could change one thing, it would probably be try and be more patient, because I tend to get a little too excited about stuff and then I'm really impatient and I don't want to wait to get it or to do it. It gets kind of annoying sometimes. What is your favorite color? My favorite color is white. People always tell me that it's not a color and that it's a shadow or something else, but to me it's a color. Who's your inspiration in life? Obviously, I have to say my parents, because I admire the work and effort they put in everything they do and the love they've given my family and me my entire life. So they're definitely an example for me and an inspiration. But besides that, I would probably say Angelina Jolie. I wrote a few research papers about her life and her work and just her philosophy of life, and I just really like everything about her and the message she has to convey and the missions she's given herself. She's just a really talented and intelligent woman, and I think she's a great role model for people. What are your pet peeves? By the way, I love you. I love you too. I don't really know on the top of my head, but I would say that it really annoys me when I see people in real life or on social media not letting others be happy about whatever they want and do whatever they want, even though it doesn't impact their life. If you had to choose between pizza and burgers to eat the rest of your life, what would you choose? Burgers. When are you coming back to France? So I usually go back to France during summer break and winter break to see my friends and my family. So I'll be there after finals. Would you come to London? I would love to come to London. I've only been there once when I was 15. My parents took me on a birthday weekend trip to London when I was 15. It was an amazing weekend that I'll always remember, but it was really short and I would love to just go back and discover the city. Can I be the last question? So yeah, that's basically it for this video. I'm really sorry if I didn't answer your question, but as I said, I'm gonna try and do these more often, so maybe I'll answer yours next time. I hope you got to learn something interesting about me and that you liked watching this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys next week for a new video. Bye.